Hey doing everyone, welcome back. As you can see, I'm in a different location. I normally record over there or, out on the deck when the weather is nice. And it's not that the weather is bad, it's just colder than I want it to be outside recording. Um, the reason I'm not over there is because, well, there's Christmas stuff in the background that I'm not a Christmas person. And there's a long list of reasons for that. Not the least of which is, well, my own mental well-being. Yeah, this is not a good time of year for me for a long list of reasons. Not really going to get into all of that. But if you are like me, you don't really care for this time of year. It's too dreary. It's too cold. Too many expectations for, it's the happiest time of the year. Nonsense. No, it's not for a lot of people. You don't like the expectations of, well, you have to be happy this time of year because, it's Christmas time almost. You don't like the expectations that, you've got to go see all these people that you may not necessarily... You love the people, sure, but you don't necessarily want all of them gathered in one place. You don't want to be around all those people gathered in one place. I get it, You don't like the commercialism of this season. I get it. Maybe you are not a believer in what we are told that this season is about, which I am, but I'm not, and let me explain that. I'm a believer in Christianity. I absolutely buy into that. But we know that Jesus was not even born this time of year, so to celebrate his birth at this time, it's a lie. And plus, I'm not really a birthday guy anyway. I mean, I don't think Jesus would have been either. But, that's neither here nor there now, is it? So, I don't know. Not my favorite time of year for a long list of reasons. Plus, there are incidents that have happened that trigger, memories get triggered, and those memories trigger unpleasant feelings that I just really don't like dealing with, but I have to work through them. We all have to work through them, like it or not. And honestly, I would just rather be left alone. Now, I go through the motions. I'm pretty good at faking it, let's put it that way. I hate this time of year. I don't... the last gathering that I was a part of here, and it was here at my house, my wife insisted that we had to have a birthday party for me a couple weeks ago because, well, I turned 50. So, to me, alright, not a big deal, but fine. You know what, I get it. 50 is a big deal to a lot of people. Sure, just remind me that I'm another day closer to dying, right? No, I'm kidding, of course. Of course, my life is more than half over at this point. I mean, realistically, I doubt I'm going to live to see 100 years old or beyond that. But again, whatever. I mean, I get it. I get it. But, a couple days before that, we also hosted Thanksgiving. So, having Thanksgiving here, followed by just a couple days later, a birthday party. I'm kind of glad that we are not hosting Christmas this year. Actually, I'm really glad we're not hosting Christmas this year. I don't really... we did it last year. I got through it, I guess. It was fine. But that doesn't mean I wanted to do it. Certainly doesn't mean I ever want to do it again. We will, but it doesn't mean I want to. I don't like having large crowds. Really at any time of year, but especially like right around now, this time of year, when I want to take time to reflect on things. Christmas, this is a day that was chosen by, I don't know what pope it was, but, and it goes back to, it goes back centuries, of course. And it was chosen as a day to celebrate the birth of Jesus as a means of converting pagans to Christianity. And, because they already celebrated the winter solstice. So, I am all for people converting to Christianity on their own. It's not something that can be forced, because a forced conversion is not a conversion. It has to be willing. If I can put a gun to your head and say, hey, you're going to believe what I believe, you're going to tell me that you believe it. Right? More than likely. But again, I don't know. Maybe I'm just rambling. Happiest time of the year, holly jolly, all that nonsense. I almost said something else, but, the merriest bunch of, well, if you've seen the movie, we've all seen that movie, I think. This Side of the Nut House. So, if I seem depressed or not overly happy, part of it's this time of year. Part of it is, other things that are going on right now. And by the way, not necessarily in my life, but more like in the world at large. That's just kind of where I am. If you're like me, great, you're not alone. You are not alone if you're like me. And you know what? If you are one of those happy, holly, jolly, yay, Merry Christmas type of people, more power to you. That's your thing. And I don't want to take that joy away from you if that's your thing. But for those of us who are not that way, I am going to ask for some understanding. Because we all have different experiences that lead us to different attitudes, different ways of thinking, different beliefs. You know, anybody who tries to steal your joy, don't let them do it. But at the same time, please respect the fact that there are a lot of us who don't share that joy this time of year. Anyway, that's kind of where I am. That's not even close to where I wanted this video to go. I was going to talk about something completely different. That will be in a separate video. So I'm going to wrap this one up so I can record that one. See you next time.